from a council estate in Luton. I'm now a billionaire. And it's because I actually tried my best. If I carry on at the trajectory I'm carrying on, they're gonna put me in jail because I'm too influential and I'm too dangerous. If you ask a woman the kind of man she wants, she will never say depressed or sad, ever. She wants a man who is ultra capable, ultra competent. You guys are all successful enough. You can sit there and say, look, I do X, Y, Z, I have X, Y, Z. There's people out there with money like you couldn't fathom. There is so much money in the world. If you wanna stay a loser, stay one. Good, it's fine. Stay a loser. I have no sympathy for you. I don't care. I believe there's only 3 reasons people are not. I believe in every point I make. However, there are points I make in a deliberately aggressive fashion to upset people. Yeah, I do that. But I do still mean everything I say. Perhaps it can do, but you know, I'm not afraid of, I mean, I'll state right here, I've had a lot of people say, what's it like to be canceled? And you know, the whole world hated you and everyone was out to get you. And there was all these people trying to contact your family and dox their addresses. And I didn't give a fuck. I don't care. Maybe I'm supposed to care, but I've had real problems in my life. I'm not some YouTuber. I've done real things with real difficulty and real issues. People writing hate comments about me, some dork with an add-on account, I couldn't possibly care less. It doesn't bother me. So because it doesn't bother me, I guess that influences how I talk, right? But I want to get my point across as compendiously and poignantly as possible. And I think that the aggression being involved in some of the things I'm saying is necessary for people to truly understand them. I think that's the reality of the world. So I'm going to say it exactly how I feel it. And that's how I feel it. And if people want to cry about it, they can cry in the comments section. I don't read the comments. I don't have an account. So I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. I'm banned. That's the thing. Very few people actually hate me. Since this whole cancellation and I've been walking around, et cetera, I have yet to have a single negative interaction with anybody. Male, female, adult, child, everyone loves me. The people want me to take pictures with their kids, and the women come up and they say, we love everything you say about traditionally masculine men. And I've never even had the women hate me, considering I'm this evil misogynist. Everybody likes me. But obviously there's a contingent of people who are strange in the world. But I speak my truth because I believe it's my job as a man to speak my truth. I don't do it to be liked. I speak it because I believe it, and I'm always going to do that. And if public sentiment shifted and everyone decided to hate me, I would continue to say exactly what I'm saying because it's what I believe. I'm speaking for a large group of people who feel the same way I do. I haven't put a magic spell on the world. There's a large group of people who agree with what I say, and it hasn't been said before, and I'm out here saying it. So they're going to be fervent fans. And also I feel like a lot of the people who are fans of mine and genuinely listen to my advice, their lives improve. And that's where you have this passionate response, because if you've become a Tate fan and in the last 2 years you start to really study stoicism, really go to the gym and get in good shape and get your finances right, etc., your life in real time has improved. So you're like, you're saying Tate's bad, he's made my life good, so I like it. So they're very passionate in their defense of me, which is fantastic. And then obviously you have the other side, the slave minds who obey anything they're told by the MSM, who've been told that I'm somehow evil. So they're passionate about disliking me. And it's interesting because the mainstream media still seems to have this power to convince these slave-minded people to believe that someone's evil with basically no evidence. It's true. In fact, if you were to put me up in terms of performance metrics against other people of my fame, I'm the least misogynistic man on the planet. And these fucking clowns sit here writing shit pretending I'm somehow evil because they're slave-minded. These people work for the Matrix. They're agents of the Matrix themselves. They don't truly understand what they're doing. They are programmed completely. And these last 3 years have shown how programmed people can be. People can literally throw away their common sense, throw away their observation skills, and sit there and just absorb programming and say, Andrew is bad, inflation is good. And they're just clowns. They're clowns. I would love to sit down with the clown who wrote that article and say, why am I bad? And if we had a podcast with that person, whoever they are, that nobody, because they're a nobody, that brokey, across an hour, I would decimate them. I would destroy them. And they know it. They'd make a fool of themselves. So they just sit there and go, and hide back in their cave to talk more shit. And most people who have power in their lives don't understand exactly how power works. And power is a fantastic thing to wield, but there's always a line. And once you overstep that line, you have a difficult choice. So we can apply it to, let's say, a government. If you're a government, you have power. If people start to riot, you can send the riot police. That's fine. But if people continue to riot and you continue to be more and more draconian and you send the riot police to, let's say, shoot at unarmed people in the crowd, like they did in Romania in 1989, for example, once you overstep the line with power, people no longer trust you with power. Once they don't trust you with power, you have mass rebellion and things must change. People who've been in charge of information for a very long time had the power, but it got to the point where after lying to everybody for 3 years, nobody trusts them with the power anymore. You can't decide what I get to read because I trusted you to decide what was good and bad for me and you completely ruined it. So yeah, a lot of people, anyone with a brain, anyone who doesn't work for the fucking Guardian has clowns. So once you can't be trusted with power anymore, now what do you do, right? Because nobody wants them to have power. So people are trying to seek out information in alternative ways. So yeah, there is some divine timing with my rise, certainly. There is some divine timing with it. But yeah, also it still takes bravery to stand up and speak out, because I have had genuine real world detriment for doing what I've done. Yeah, anyway. But yeah, they're not trusted with power anymore. So it's an interesting change of the guard. It's going to be interesting to see who comes into place. But there has been real world detriment to doing what I've done. They did delete me across all social medias and delete me on every app on my phone and freeze all my bank accounts and try and raise criminal charges against me for things I haven't done. And there has been real consequences.
So how did you get around them freezing your bank accounts?
You don't, do you? You have to just deal with the long legal process of having 7 or 8 bank accounts and millions of pounds frozen. And they just issue AFOs and they just freeze them. So this is the thing. It all ties into how deep you go into the matrix. Is the money that you have yours? Is the house that you own yours? Is any of it yours? You piss off a government. Piss off a government and tell me what's still yours. And you'll soon learn that none of it is yours. You think you own it. That's my money. I worked for it. I paid my taxes on it, so it's mine. It's not. It's very hard to not become a billionaire in the world today, I think, if you're truly influential. I'm already a billionaire if I had to have my net worth measured. You can take some of my companies people know about, like The Real World, which was previously Hustle University. If I have a business that is making $20 million profit a month, and it is an online educational platform, the largest one in the world, and it's a subscription model, and you put an 8 times multiplier on the profit, which most tech companies could achieve, that's an $800 million business. And I never would sell it anyway, but I know what you're saying. But then it comes into other things like branding and the brand. I'm the most Google man on the planet. They can't ban me from algorithms. They failed. I'm the most TikTok person on the planet, the most viewed person on Instagram. Like, what's the value of that? You could give me, who makes these glasses? IKEA? IKEA.
I'm not sure.
IKEA could come to me with this glass and say, sell a bunch of these, and I could sell $1 billion of these glasses. It'd take me a week. So like when I get offers, trust me, I get a lot of them. I'm not a fucking scammer like Logan Paul. I'm not a clown. But when crypto companies come to me and say, will you pump our coin? They start by offering me $50 to $65 million. They say, look, we'll give you $65 million if you'll mention this coin on a podcast. $65 million to say a name. And I don't do it because I refuse to allow my fans to get ripped off like Logan Paul does to his fans. He's a fucking scumbag. Crypto is, this is what most people don't even understand about the crypto market. It's player versus player. You can only sell it for $10 after buying it for $1 because someone's buying it at $10. Someone is out to lose. So you can't launch a coin and nobody loses. This is why I haven't launched a crypto. I can make $10 billion today if I launched a crypto, but I refuse to do it because people are going to lose under my name. He's the top G. I'm a fucking nobody. I thought he was canceled. Why is he still getting more views than me? He's supposed to be gone. So they hate me. I knew the cancellation was coming.
Yeah.
I was prepared for a cancellation. I'll be honest, because I'm human and I don't lie. I didn't expect it to come as hard as it did. I thought they might delete my account.
Yeah.
I didn't expect them to freeze 15 million pounds of banks. I didn't expect them to put a travel ban on me. I didn't expect like this kind of craziness. But you learn a lot, and I always knew that the world is, and the laws and the legal systems we live under are clown shows, and it's all circus. And I always knew they're subjective bullshit. But when you're actually at the end of it and you're seeing how subjectively stupid laws are, it's ridiculous for them to sit there and say, Andrew said women can't park cars, so that's hate speech, so that's a crime, so that's bail, so that's a travel ban. Name a fucking dude who hasn't said women can't park. Like this is literally insanity. But the laws are all subjective. So when you're at the end of it, it's kind of interesting. I was prepared for it for a very long time. There's very old videos of me talking about how you can't live on one grid. You can't live off grid either. So the only way you can protect yourself is to live on as many grids as possible. So for a very long time, I was prepared by having multiple passports and banks all around the world and all that kind of thing. So they failed to damage me like they wanted to, but it was an interesting few months, that's for sure.